Welcome to Americana Archives. Today's story comes from a section entitled Heart to Heart Talks, written by Edwin A. Nye. The headline is A New Lincoln Story. It says, Lincoln's birthday brought out a new Lincoln story. This is it. Mrs. Eliza Wells of Ypsilanti, Michigan is old now, but 54 years ago, she was a flippant young girl of Springfield, Illinois. Her father, Dr. Taylor, was a chum of Lincoln, and they officed across the hall from each other. Looking through Lincoln's uncouth exterior, the doctor saw a beautiful soul. Presently, the cholera came to Springfield. Taylor was busy day and night. Lincoln helped and cheered him, and when medicine was needed for the poor, spared a few bills from his lean purse. The strain and loss of sleep put the doctor on his back with typhoid fever. Lincoln spent much time at the bedside, and when the doctor was dying, leaned over the bed and said, "Don't worry, Doc, about going. I'm left to look after your family." "I won't, Abe," were Taylor's last words. 2 weeks later, Mrs. Taylor died of a broken heart, leaving the young girl doubly orphaned. At the funeral, they sent the daughter into the parlor to her mother's coffin alone. Dazed with her sorrow, heartbroken, shaken with dry sobs, she threw herself across her mother's coffin. "Then," said Mrs. Wells, "I became aware of a gentle hand stroking my hair. Poor Eliza, girl, come home with me now." And looking up, she says, "I saw the kindest and most beautiful face God ever created. It was Mr. Lincoln's." She also had seen a glimpse of Lincoln's soul, and he was no longer ugly. For 2 years, the girl lived as a member of Lincoln's household in Springfield. After 2 years, Eliza was married in the Lincoln home. When her husband died shortly following the birth of the first baby, Mr. Lincoln looked after her as if she had been his own daughter. Lincoln's biographers lost something valuable when they omitted that story. He belongs to the ages. Thus spoke Secretary Stanton on the morning of that fateful day in April 1865 in the room of the House across from Ford's Theater, as he put out his hands to close the eyes of Abraham Lincoln when he had breathed his last. But the Lincoln we want to know is the one who got off his horse to put the fledglings back in the nest once the storm had blown them. The Lincoln who took to his home and heart the orphaned girl. This story came from the great state of Pennsylvania, being reported in the Hershey Press of April 29, 1910. Thank you for joining us today. If you want to continue to uncover all of America's lost and forgotten history, then remember before you leave to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and remember to like and comment below. And we will see you next time on Americana Archives.